What can you expect when angels or demons battle humans? When angels battle one another, it's usually bloody. When demons battle, it's bloodier yet. Or if they engage in battle for human souls. That's inconceivable, I tell you. The devil has made it his mission to steal human souls from God's control ever since his fall. He has established demon realms, authority, and principalities in the spiritual realm to do this. How do these demons interact with one another in order to accomplish their objectives in human lives, then? In this video, we'll discuss Beelzebub's kingdom, one of the demons whose name consistently ranks at the top of the demons and puts greater effort into the devil's business of winning souls. Reading Matthew 12 verses 24 to 27 will be my first step. But when the Pharisees heard it, they retorted, "This man casts out demons only by Beelzebub, the prince of demons." Knowing their thoughts, Jesus told them that no city or home divided against itself will remain, and that every kingdom split against itself is destroyed. Additionally, if Satan expels Satan, he becomes split against himself. So how will his kingdom function? And if I expel demons using Beelzebub, who do your boys use? They will so serve as your judges. I want you to focus on the term kingdom in this verse. Additionally, Jesus was alluding to Beelzebub and his connection to Satan the devil. Many people, as you can see, think that Beelzebub is just another name for Satan, but I respectfully disagree in this video. Beelzebub may be a manifestation of Satan, but he is not the actual devil. He may possess the devil, but not the devilish personality. Jesus was actually comparing one type of satanic kingdom to another type of satanic kingdom when he spoke of a kingdom standing against itself, persons who share the same background and cause. For instance, if you and someone else are fighting for the same cause and suddenly the other person starts to turn against you, your joint efforts to advance the cause would fail. However, I'm not discussing a cause in this video. Instead, I'm using the scripture to discuss the kingdom of Beelzebub's existence and the idea that Beelzebub is an independent agent of evil who shares the devil's wicked cause. You may have heard Beelzebub referred to as the prince of hell, and in hell, he is unquestionably both a prince and a king. He is actually the prince of hell because hell is where his dominion is strongly entrenched. But how did he acquire this power in hell? I suppose I should begin the tale at the beginning. According to popular myth, Beelzebub, one of the oldest angels, existed before heaven and earth were made. Beelzebub belonged to the choir or circle of the morning star and was a member of Lucifer's order. He was one of the angels that Lucifer would have friendly chats with when they were not connected, along with Samael. Lucifer put a lot of faith in Beelzebub since he was impressed by his character and was able to keep up with him. Sometime before the war in heaven, Beelzebub met and mixed with Naamah, a sister of Eve, who was made to be one of the potential choices for Adam's bride following Lilith's departure. Naamah and Beelzebub had a sexual experience, and as a result, Beelzebub was born. Beelzebub's rapid growth and joining his father's side led to Naamah's exile from the holy world. A civil war among the angels of heaven eventually broke out, and Lucifer chose Beelzebub to command the opposing force. Beelzebub oversaw the support fire from a distance, creating enough openings for Lucifer to lead the attack on the front line. When Lucifer was met by Gabriel, Beelzebub clotheslined him, stopping the archangel before he could attack the morning star. They then engaged in a fierce battle as Lucifer made his way to the Empyrean. But in the end, Gabriel, the archangel, beat Beelzebub. 1/3 of the angels ejected from heaven for their sins were rebellious, and Beelzebub was one of them. Before hitting the abyss, he dropped at a speed 9 times that of space, which measures day and night. The abyss was turned into the scorching terrain we now know as hell as a result of their collision with it. The first to awaken was Beelzebub, then Samael. They were formally recognized as co-supreme kings alongside Lucifer after being seen to have the strength they still possessed to break out from their purported state of perpetual incarceration slumber. The prime evils, also known as the three great evils, were ancient demonic creatures that awoke at the moment the cosmos fully formed and emerged from the abyss. Before Beelzebub and his allies could take control of this new hell, they faced opposition from them. In the conflict with the prime evils, Beelzebub engaged in combat alongside Lucifer and Satan as well as dull Mephistos. He banished the Lord of Hatred, along with his two siblings, outside the confines of hell and deeper inside Tartarus after defeating him. He defeated the evils and established hell as his kingdom with the founding princes of hell. He has power over both the fallen angels and the native demons of the abyss since assuming control of hell. He witnessed the formation of Pandemonium, a magnificent palace that would serve as the realm's capital, and Beelzebub's enrollment in the satanic triumvirate, the group that would dominate all of hell. Later, he founded the Order of the Fly, a group of royal and aristocratic demons that eventually became his own personal court. Beelzebub also established the order as a means of knowing precisely who he ought to trust with important choices and whom he ought to shun. In the midst of the chaotic babbling of the other fallen angels, within the Stygian Council, Beelzebub, despite being a co-supreme emperor of the Inferno, evolved into a sort of advisor to Lucifer and Satan, giving counsel and making suggestions that were almost always accepted by the two fallen angels. Truth be told, Beelzebub was the one who counseled Lucifer to begin his assault on God by concentrating on his treasured creations, people. Despite being intelligent and rational, he and his two companion dictators embody warped reason because they exploit their abilities for heinous purposes. One of those who fully comprehended Lucifer's plan for a new world order was Beelzebub. Beelzebub was making sure everything was ready and gave the demons directions on how to get the humans above the clouds ready for the required events that would bring about Lucifer's utopia. But Mundus wasn't able to succeed in his attempt to steal the throne until he spoke with the archangel Jophiel and devised a plan to imprison the Morning Star. The Lord of the Flies had promised that Mundus's reign would not last as a result of what Lucifer had planned in advance and had Beelzebub participate in. Despite the fact that Beelzebub and possibly Satan were aware of this fact, Beelzebub persuaded Satan to refrain from acting against Mundus. Belial, the demon king, had become tired of Mundus' ways and had revolted against him, thus it was only natural that there would be opposition to his authority. Mundus gave Beelzebub the duty of coming up with a strategy to depose Belial. Beelzebub consented, but only because doing so would be consistent with the strategy for Lucifer's eventual covert release. Beelzebub's rebellion against Belial was successful thanks to the assistance of the legendary Dark Knight Sparta, who oversaw the hellish knights, and the Lord of Pride was banished to the ninth circle of hell. Beelzebub was venerated in the ancient city of Ekron until God intervened. King Ahaziah of Israel goes to a place called Beelzebub to ask the deity of the Philistine city of Ekron, Beelzebub, if he will heal after suffering a terrible injury in a fall. When Ahaziah decided to seek guidance from Beelzebub rather than God, God sentenced him to death through Elijah the prophet. Many demonic possession cases in history have been attributed to Beelzebub. Therefore, Beelzebub has a kingdom, which he has constructed in hell in order to draw more souls there. Thank you for watching.